Pause, reflect, choose. Hi, this is Butterfly Thoughts with Kelly Savage. Have you ever had one of those moments where something just drops into your spirit, into your heart, into your mind? A moment where you suddenly realize, wow, God was there. I see it now. Not just now, not just in the good moments, but back then, in that situation, in that decision, in that protection, in that quiet guidance you may not have even noticed at the time. Ever since my time of disconnecting in Punta Cana this May, I remember saying, I'm not coming back the same. And when I said that, I meant it. But sometimes we can say things in emotional moments when we're on a little mountain, we can mean them deeply in that moment. And then life happens. We get busy, tired. We come back home, back to the routine, back to the responsibilities. And sometimes what felt so clear in the quiet starts to fade in the noise. But this time, I really did mean it. While I was away, I started taking early morning walks, even before the sunrise. There was something about that time. It became my intentional disconnect time, my quiet time, my time to walk, think, pray, and just be with God before the day began. And of course, it can feel easier to do that on vacation. And it was. I had more room in the day. I wasn't rushing out the door. I didn't have my same schedule pulling at me. And if I wanted to go back to the room and take a nap after my walk, I could. But when I came home, I kept thinking, I want to carry this with me. I want to mean it. I want to begin my day differently. I want to start with my thoughts aligned. I want peace in my spirit before I move into the day. I want to walk into my day with different perspective than I would have if I just jumped out of bed, rushed around, and forgot to receive peace in the morning. Because when the day starts in a hurry, sometimes that heart just follows right along. And we set our days up. Something to think about. So now, about a month later, I'm reminded that I meant what I said. Have I had some morning slip-ups? Sure, absolutely. Have there been early work days when I could not do it the same? Yes, but I still meant it. I want to do this differently. I do not want to come back the same. On my walk today, I was out very early again, that I could probably be finished before the sun even rose. And honestly, that was okay, because the morning skies have been absolutely gorgeous. The red, the orange, the colors before the sun even peeks its head up. It's all been so beautiful. Birds are singing. The mornings were quiet. And I had to get my peace and talk to God. And as I walked, I realized something. I began to see places in my life, even years ago, where God had been present, even when I did not realize it at that time. Because there are some that I'm realizing just now from 20 or 30 years ago. It was like these little moments started flashing through my mind. This year, and then this happened. And all I could say was, wow, you were there, God. You were working behind the scenes then. Wow, you protected me from that. You guided me into that, and I didn't even know it. That was not just a coincidence. And when you realize those moments, even if they come out of the blue, I think we should pause and thank them. Just say, I see you, God. I see you in that situation way back then. I see that you protected me. I see how you were guiding me when I didn't even know my steps, but I was going along. I see you there working behind the scenes. And here I am today. Not because I'm so smart. Not because I had every step figured out. Not because I always made the right decisions, because that would not be the truth. But God has guided me with peace in my heart. And that is something I try to pay attention to when I make decisions. I want to be led by peace. Peace that comes from prayer, peace that comes from time with Him, peace that comes from surrendering my way, asking for His, in His truth, and sometimes just letting time and days go by, and certainly not emotional decisions. Have I always chosen perfectly? That would be a resounding no. But I still want to be led by His peace. As I kept walking, I realized several areas of my life where I could now say, yes, that was you, God. That was your peace. I see it now. And then I realized something else. I could take that moment and simply thank Him. It made me think about our children or grandchildren. If they were to come up to us and just say, thank you, and you really didn't do anything. As a grandmother, I knew my heart would soften immediately. My whole perspective could shift in a moment. Even my mood or emotions probably would change just from hearing those words with that innocence. And I might say, you're welcome, but for what? And what if they said, just thank you for helping me. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you for showing me a way. Thank you for telling me the truth. How would that make us feel? I believe God is delighted when we want relationship with Him, when we acknowledge Him, when we recognize His hand in our lives, when we stop long enough to say thank you. I see you, God. So yes, when I realized it, I thanked Him. And that thankfulness only made me want more. More of what? Peace, His truth, His light, His way, His will. As I get older, I find myself craving peace more deeply. Year after year, it just becomes a deeper desire. Not just quiet around me, but peace within me. That kind of peace comes from knowing God is present. The kind of peace that reminds me I'm not walking alone. The kind of peace that helps me live life differently. So, in my small butterfly realization today, there came something much deeper. A powerful realization. A heart full of gratitude. A morning that did not begin with hurriedness, but with thankfulness. And maybe today that is the invitation for all of us. To pause long enough to look back and say, where was God present, even when I didn't realize it? Maybe you'll see His protection. Maybe you'll see His guidance. Maybe you'll see a closed door that you thought was bad at that time, but was actually mercy and protection. Maybe you will see a delay in an answer that you didn't like at that time, but it was God's love. Maybe you'll see a moment that was never a coincidence at all. And when you do, take a moment, thank Him. Say, I see you, God. Because sometimes the moment where you realize He was there becomes the moment our gratitude can grow much deeper. And gratitude has a way of shifting the whole perspective, the whole morning, the whole day. No hurriedness, just gratitude. Thank you for listening to Butterfly Thoughts with Kelly Savage. As you go into this week, I invite you to pause, reflect, and ask yourself, where do I see God's hand in something I once overlooked? And if you want to go deeper, pause, reflect, choose. but download and grow. There is a companion resource downloadable for you, and it's free. Have a great day.